are you gonna carry the dead baby to term and just like have like give birth to a stillborn? Like, that's just awful.
It's traumatizing. Like, I feel like all these laws, it's just like the focus is on some like clump of cells like that we literally like get out every month on our period, not like the trauma that comes with everything around like the whole, like a woman. Like, it's just like, again, like exactly like a blood clot is more important than the woman. Like.
Hey everyone, William, this is Rebel News here in Ottawa, and you can see that the people in Toronto found me worthy recently of being able to wear a mic flash. That's the reason why my mic is not simply alone, and it has a mic flash this time, so that's nice. But in any regard, recently, yesterday, there was a protest pro-abortion happening in front of Parliament, on Parliament Hill, basically in Ottawa, Canada, where I reside. So of course, as a Rebel News reporter, as William Diaz-Berthiaume, I had to go in front of Parliament to be able to look at what was happening. Unfortunately, I arrived a little bit too late. The protest was already almost done, but there were still two ladies that arrived as late as myself, so I was able to get an interview with them. They agreed to have an interview with me. That's not the main point of the story. The main point of the story today is that while I was getting the interview, I noticed someone wearing a huge N95 white mask sitting next to me and trying to take selfies. He appeared like he was taking selfies. Of course, he was wearing an N95 mask, so it already tells you what side he is on. He was taking selfies, but I looked at him at some point, but then I realized he wasn't actually taking selfies. I believe he was recording me, taking pictures of me, and alerting his Antifa friends to come and talk to me and see me in front of Parliament Hill. And indeed, my suspicions were right, because a few minutes later, merely 5 minutes later, you can see in the background of a video that I took, and one of the people that were there with me that took, some leftist, socialist people that went and approached me. You don't really see it that much in camera, but we were able to find a little bit of footage where we can actually notice them in the background. Please take a look, and I'll explain to you further later what happened.
I think one, like, a side of it that makes me more passionate about these things is like for children who are getting like abused, like female children, like, or even just like any woman who's getting like sexually abused, like they need, like, if they don't want to carry that baby that they got from abuse, like they need to have a safe way to
like sexual assault,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
you want to keep your rapist quiet.
Yeah, it's just like screwed up. I feel like that's where like I'm most passionate about it, and like again, obviously, everybody's body, it's their own choice.
Definitely, especially if someone gets raped,
exactly.
You know, that would be extremely sad. So what about you?
Yeah, if the baby's dying, it's signed
like,
you, and you have to keep it, and like
they're caring more about a cell than an actual living human being.
Okay, so let's look at your sign here. You say, mind your own.
Yeah.
And here you have my neck, my back, and will fight back. Perfect. What inspired you to build those signs up?
For me, I don't know. I like music. I like lyrics. This just.
Okay, perfect. So let's put a little bit, counter arguments. Okay, so you talked about rape, which is extremely, sad. It's bad. Imagine a woman that's being raped that has to carry the child, right? Rape, let's say, constitute less than 1% of all abortion. So do you think it should be only legal for rape, or should it be legal for everyone, or is it an argument that you're using for using a marginal case that applies to all cases?
No, it applies to all cases.
That's just one scenario. Like, you can, like, there are so many reasons why you could have an abortion, and you don't need to justify why you want to have one. Like,
yeah,
you're
exactly.
either like mentally not ready, you either don't have the money and cannot even support yourself, like you're still yourself a child, and like you could be like pregnant and still want a kid and like still want to have a baby, but it's like if you have a miscarriage, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna carry the dead baby to term and just like give birth to a stillborn? Like, that's just awful.
It's traumatizing. Like, I feel like all these laws, it's just like the focus is on some like clump of cells like that we literally like get out every month on our period, not like the trauma that comes with everything around like the whole, like a woman. Like, it's just like, again, like exactly like a blood clot is more important than the woman. Like,
I'm sorry, but like,
and
you have a miscarriage and like not know if it's like a regular period for a clot or just an actual miscarriage.
Literally. It's screwed up, and like she said, exactly what she said, like you don't need to have a reason even. You shouldn't you shouldn't need to give a reason for something like that. Like, especially like if
we're already overpopulated, first of all.
Literally. And they don't hold men to the same standard. They should make it illegal for a man to like just dip from his kid's life. Why is that not illegal?
Oh,
Why is
100%,
that, like,
yeah.
It's like people are counting like a literally like
I'm with you.
if it's literally like a set of cells, like.
No, I told you
Like,
men
if
should
it's literally
not
just,
be.
like if it's just a set of cells and like let's say a man finds out this whoever he got someone pregnant, he just dips like
Mm-hmm.
like and people are counting that as an actual child. They start paying child support
Yeah.
So when do you think life began then? Life
birth.
begins then.
after birth.
So when do you think it should be abortion for everyone at any time, or do you think there's a limit? For example, 14 weeks, 8 months, 2 days before the baby gets out.
I think like in Canada the limit is 6 months.
When-
Really?
But what do you believe it should be?
Honestly, like as long as it's
it's
safe. Again, I'm not a scientist, you know. I'm a business student. I'm not a scientist.
But we can
I
still
don't
have
know.
discussions about that.
Yeah. No, I'm just
So
saying, I don't know the exact
do you think
week,
it should
that's
be
what I'm
okay because
saying.
you're talking about the clumps of cells? So do you think it should be okay to have an abortion 10 seconds before the baby gets out?
But that's just a stupid question. Like, I'm so sorry, but like
That's kind of stupid.
like that's a really stupid question.
Why?
Like it's okay if we're looking at it from like scientific standpoint, like a baby doesn't even develop like its full brain until like a month it's born.
Do you know when it starts having its own DNA?
No,
24 hours afterwards.
after birth or
After conception.
That's still a sack of cells though. Like it's
wouldn't
just a
even
sack of
notice it.
like.
So well, that's why I'm asking, where does the line draw from your own body to its own body?
An abortion before like a month before it's even born.
Yeah.
Like at that point, like I get it. Like if a child dies, it's like I've seen like so many videos about it, and just like if a baby dies, like there are situations where it's like women can choose to terminate it, or they can choose to carry it to term and just like give birth to a stillborn. Like that just makes it even more traumatizing and more painful for the actual mother to give birth to a already dead baby. So like if I don't know.
That's why I'm asking, is it possible to draw a line? Do you think it should be accessible to everyone until birth? Or do you think there should be a line drawn before?
I mean that's just me though. I'm the one that thinks that like life begins at birth.
Yeah.
Like I
But then when do you think, should there be a line drawn? Or should it be abortion for everyone until the child is born?
I don't know how to answer that, to be honest.
I think so too. I feel like I'm not like qualified enough to answer that, but I know I'm okay with the laws here in Canada, which is like until the baby is like available. Like if the baby can live outside the womb, then you know like
Honestly, I feel like if you gone to the point of being pregnant for 8 months, changing your mind at that point's kind of a lot harder,
yeah.
and you can't really. That's not really abortion at that point.
But should it still be available? Yes or no?
It depends on the case, I guess, too. Like, if... Again, I don't really have a comment on that, but, you know, like, because, like, sometimes things change in life, you know? And again, like...
And also it's just a clump of cell at the 8 months too.
Yeah, things change in life, so you never know what's going to happen. You know, 8 months in, something could happen. 6 months in, any, like, fatality. Like, if something damages the child, you don't know.
So you saw the guy. So in the video, you see on the first clip, you see the guy that was appearing to take selfies of himself walking from Parliament Hill to come right behind me. And the reason why I know he wasn't on our side and he was actually taking pictures, that he stayed there for like 10 minutes. He was just walking around, calling people, walking around. So that was a little bit suspicious. Then on the other clip that you can see right here on the screen, that wasn't a clip that I took. That was a clip that one of my friends took that was there. He was taking some selfies, some pictures of everyone. And you can see a guy wearing a true Marxist socialist outfit walking behind him with one of his, I guess, Antifa friends. And the reason why I say they're Antifa is because one of the people, because those weren't the only people that arrived. Those were 3 people, but afterwards 2 other individuals came near me. One of them was wearing the little stupid red and black Antifa, logo. He had like that pin on his bag. Absolutely ridiculous. So even the interview by itself with the two ladies that were there that weren't able to make one coherent point. Could have been a story by itself, but no, of course, the leftist, the tolerant left, always has to jump in and give me more content to do. So they know me right now. They know me in Ottawa. It was pretty surprising, pretty shocking to see that he actually took the time to call his socialist delusional buddies to come and see me. Those people always tend to act out violent. Thankfully, nothing happened to me. Rest assured, this will not stop me at all from bringing you the other side of the story, from bringing you the truth. Indeed, I already have my eyes on future events happening soon here in Ottawa. So make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to follow my coverage at Rebel News. If you want to see everything that I do, everything that I cover at Rebel News, make sure to go to ottawareports.com and see all of my content there. So we all know that these people tend to act out violently. They are vile. They are evil people. They always tend to lean towards violence first. It happened to Ezra Alvan, it happened to David Menzies, it happened to Sheila Gunn-Reid. If you want to make sure to continue to encourage me and continue to push me to bring you the other side of the story from downtown Ottawa here in Ontario, Canada, make sure to go ahead and go to ottawareports.com and please donate $1 or $2. It is greatly appreciated and will continue to help me move forward in my reporting here in downtown Ottawa.